man, what is going on, beautiful people YouTube? My name is Jerutastic and welcome to a very special episode. Now, if you don't know who I am, I go by Jerutastic. I do a lot of tropical videos and I don't really do gaming news, but this is Tropico, bro. So thousands of you are subscribed because of Tropico. Tropico is one of the most searched items on my YouTube channel over and over and over again. So it's only right we do it. And these are pictures that are alleged leaks, but they're from Tropico. But we're gonna look at them. Some of the pictures are a little bit lower quality. I got them from some Reddits, from a website that was confirming them. So let's look at them together. Now let's get into it. I'm just gonna go picture by picture. I didn't look into it before I saved them on my computer, and we'll see what it is. Over here, there's not much besides what we can tell is the UI. It doesn't look like it's gonna be much different, but here's the thing. This number one, as a Tropico player since Tropico 1, that's one thing I feel like they've done good at. Is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They make it look fresher, they update it, but the UI doesn't need to be fancy or out of the world. And I see it, in my honest, it's pretty simple. It looks a little more artsy, a little more modern, if you will, here with the palm tree in the background and all of that. But yeah, you got your balance, population, the research points or knowledge points are shown here. Sorry, this is the population. I think this is this rate points? Maybe it's rate points. I don't know what the F is here. Could be rate points. Population and approval. Okay, so nothing crazy here. As far as graphics, they've always done a good job with the water. Maybe this is a lagoon, so that's why it has the greenish kind of tint to it. This looks like could be a tenement and or an apartment building. What are the two, obviously? You see cars parked in the street. Looks like there's parking designated. Oh, and look at this. A legit parking spot. What is this? Electric substation? But look at this. Cars are parked in the street. And there are... So this street has dedicated parking area or parking spot. And this street is going to have, you know, somewhat of a shoulder median there. So nothing to go there. It looks like the demands or the ongoing demands that you have are still the same. They'll be showing up at the bottom left corner. And what else we got here? Yeah, pretty simple. The checklist, all the construction, Almanac, Constitution, the balance, the pirate raids, your broker, your political. I'm assuming this is internal politics, and this is foreign relations. Pretty cool. All right. So first one is pretty nice. This one, when I was downloading, I did peek at a little more, to be honest with you. And here's my first thought. You see where the Presidente's head is? Does that mean it's going to like show you where your policies are more leaning towards, or is this where you are the most popular? So is there anything in this picture that could tell us that? Areas of Constitution right now, select to change, right to vote, military, church and state, work and pension, separation of power, healthcare and freedom of press. This seems to be on par to what we have already. I like this active constitution, the communism or communist authoritarian, militaristic. Oh, look at this. Nice. Got a whole thing. Remember, we did a whole season of just being a military dictatorship, socialist, own. Okay, we get that. I like how the liberal one is LGBTQ flag and just a weed leaf. And capitalist, of course, bunch of money. Okay. Truly generous constitution. It protects ordinary citizens with health care and early retirement. They're also allowed to cast 2 votes in every election. Okay. This constitution is absolute must for all presidents who want to make their poor citizens completely happy. So does that kind of summarize the one that you picked up? And just kind of tells you where you're leaning towards? But over here, it's more like a communist, so faction and show Tropicans. Yeah, I don't know why it's kind of blurry. I mean, it's supposed to represent how many people are in it, but it doesn't really give you an idea. The new constitution comes into force immediately and is valid at least until the next election. So this is, I guess, where you amend the constitution. This is the constitution screen. Okay. Again, UI is changed, but pretty on par. I don't see too many things change, except a little more graphical pictures here and there. What do we got here? Same thing as far as the UI up here. And this is faction spokesperson, members, standing, and election results. Oh, the election results. So does it tell you how each faction is going to be influencing the election results? There's currently only one thing that is important to my faction. I've seen online that some people use their excrement as fuel. Why don't we do that? Our leftovers could become a wonderful source of energy. Ah, look at that. Look at that. Maybe you could turn poop into electricity here. Biogas power plant in operation for several days. Increases the standings. 9 citizens receive a school diploma. Order 93 additional immigrants with a high school diploma. Wow, okay. So this, I wonder if this is like the screen that comes up now when you have a factional task or factional demand. But pretty interesting, pretty cool. Is that El Presidente behind there? Or is that the faction leader? Okay, what do we have here? We have, looks like there's just the overview. The Almanac overview. Again, some pictures are not the most high quality, so I apologize for that. I just got what I could off the internet. So it looks like unemployed, homeless, and broke. These are all like right there. These are one of the most important ones that you need to see anyways. Average satisfaction, high satisfaction. Oh, mobility. Oh, wow. So mobility is part of satisfaction now. That's good. Hopefully it makes more sense than them going in a metro station and taking 4 hours to go to another metro station. Okay, so it looks like everything here, again, seems to be domestic politics. Let's see, what is this? Alignment, El Presidente, highest reputation and lowest reputation. So yeah, it looks like this is just an overview things. And one would assume you can click on each and see that, because that's one thing Tropico has always been good at, is giving you very, very extra details into your economy. Here's another one of satisfaction here. Looks like approval ratings and everything else, health, food. But let's see, I saw mobility. But it looks like safety, liberty, work, housing, faith, fun, health, consumption, food, and total. But we did see mobility here, right? So does that mean maybe each satisfactional category now has its own subcategory? You know, so when we click maybe, I don't know, fun. Maybe fun has like subcategories to it, mobility or not. Maybe consumption has subcategories. Like, are they happy with consuming regular meals, cigars, drugs, alcohol? I don't know. Or is it just all combined together and that's what consumption is? So we're about to find out in a few months here, or if more leaks happen, I suppose. Population. Okay, I don't see anything here, maybe because it's just starting. No, there's population. But it's still, this is like work in progress. So things might change, of course. But it looks like it's the same as before again. Vacant living spaces, the homeless, youngest and oldest citizens. I like this. This tells you a lot, especially if you have, let's say, majority of populations are reaching retirement age and all of a sudden you don't have enough workforce. This is good. Obviously, there's not many numbers here, so I don't know why. There's not much we can go off of, but again, another picture of the UI where that shows you how the population is going to be breaking down. Economy, let's take a look. If you guys watch any of my 6 tropical seasons, even in tropical 5 days, Almanac, economy. I keep checking it constantly. So let's see how this looks like. Production of goods is 560, tourism 62. So yeah, diagram, tourism and rating. Law and edicts, buildings with positive cash flow, buildings with net. Oh, this is helpful. Buildings with negative cash flow. Click on them if it's all in one place instead of me having to kind of guess to see which building is not. And by the way, get your Jundred coffee mug right below this video if you want. But let's keep taking a look. Exports, buildings, rents. So yeah, it breaks it down about the same. Edicts, tourism, that's the same. Other, and then expenses. I'm assuming he's gonna have the theft. Yep, corruption sometimes. Building construction. So this is the same. Again, UI looks different. The idea is the same. As you notice, some of these UIs, and let's go here. As you notice, some of these UIs have a bigger, kind of more expanded thing, but it follows the same theme. Some of these UIs, like the one we're seeing here, seem to be what you saw in Tropico 4, 5, and 6. So obviously a different look. Looks like the same picture twice. Now this is one that I got from this website. Actually Reddit post user posted the pictures and posted the website it's on. So I don't know if is this height, are they building a road or not? It's kind of hard to tell with this picture since it's not the highest quality. Looks like the roads are still kind of the same thing, even though we saw here, let's go back here. Even though we saw here that the roads do look slightly different. where this road has a sidewalk and some parking space, while this road doesn't have a sidewalk and just a shoulder to park on. Then we go back here now. It doesn't look like there's too much variety of roads. It still looks like maybe a two-lane road, each one going the opposite road. It doesn't look like that has changed much. We're seeing different bodies of water representing different shades. This could be like a river. This is a much darker blue. Maybe it's a a fall. You see here a more coral blue. So I don't know what all that means. That'd be interesting to see. It also, obviously, this looks like a more shallow depth water, and in Tropico 6 and 5, it didn't matter. Like the cargo ships will just come anyways. We already looked at this, except here, as we see, maybe this is a more updated one. It doesn't have those the same effects that this one had right here. The bunch of heads. So that would have been a very hard thing to look at. So maybe this picture right here is a little more updated. But at the bottom here, as if I can read it, it's a little blurry. It says, a communist constitution in its purest form. All citizens have the same right and possessions, namely none. Okay, so that does change. It does maybe give you a summary of what your constitution is. Because here it says a truly generous constitution that protects ordinary citizens with healthcare, early retirement. While here it's talking about how it's a communist constitution at its purest form. So it does seem that this does change. All right. When I saw this again, this was very, very cool. Because here's number one question I had when I looked at this. Do their faces change based on how happy or unhappy they are with you? Because the capitalist is cheesing. The religious are never happy. Militarist, he was smiling then. Communist, here and there. Intellectuals. Let's take a look at these. So it says how many members they have. It breaks down the members of how many are moderate, lower, and fanatics for you. Standing of the faction. And influence on election. Again, this really helps out, especially if you're running a very close election. Let's say like you're barely a 51-49 election. You can come in here and see, like, in this case, the militarists have given me the best hope. So I'll do something maybe please them to win the election. That is cool. That is very, very cool. I do gotta say that, and again, this is work in progress, that her and her kind of look a little AI, and even him kind of look a little AI-ish me, not more, And obviously AIs are gonna get integrated into our games. That's just what it is. But I'm just saying, as far as the graphics is concerned, looks a little AI-ish. But yeah, here you go. I mean, this person obviously has an approval rating 38%. So if they went to the election, I don't think they're going very hard. And obviously, it's interesting to see. It looks like maybe this is a dot, but it looks like it might be a negative. Who knows? So it's interesting to see that some of them have, or can get really low. Like, look at this here, negative 2.1%. So that's pretty interesting. This is another one that I saw. Again, I didn't look at these very, very deep. Oh, look at this. Maybe this is a true. I just noticed this. Maybe this is a true leak. I didn't doubt it, but they got Tropico 6 flyers down there. Ah, okay. All right, let's take a look at this. We could take a look at China. They have presidents. Who knows, do the presidents change? Imagine that. Imagine if the president changed and they all have a different policy on you. Anyways, president, relation with them, threat of attack, and embassy president not oh, so India's president and Saudi Arabia's president. That's why you see them at the table, and other people don't have any embassies here. Oh, Brazil now is part of the 6 foreign powers. So who did we have then? We had Russia. Oh, of course they took Russia out. So we had Russia, obviously US, EU, they call it the Middle East in general, and China. And now we have 6. That's China, Saudi Arabia, Brazil, India, EU, and the USA. And the USA, we had the USA in the last one as well, obviously. But of course, they replaced Russia with India, I would assume, and they added Brazil. Okay. But that is cool. Again, that's very cool that they're at the table. Okay, this one I downloaded anyways, even though I was like, yeah, we'll look at it together. I don't know what I could tell you about it. These looks like, the edicts. Okay, so I know that because they're clicking on the edicts. I can't read this. I'm sorry, guys. But it looks like, rights to ice cream. What? internet censorship, stop and search, marine disposal, language probe. I don't know. I mean, I can't read it, but it looks like this is how the edicts are gonna be broken down. Okay. And some edicts, do they not like unlock? I don't know. I'll be pretty curious. I'll be pretty curious to see that. I'll be pretty curious. Obviously, there's more pictures, but some of them were a little bit lower quality. But I just wanted to bring this up again. I'm not a gaming news channel. I'm a gaming content channel. We do how-tos. We do this. And a lot of you guys and my Tropico folks have been here for a while. And I figured this is only right that we do this together. And for the new people that are coming. But yeah, if you're new here, man, we have all the Tropico seasons you can ask for. We did really hard seasons, beginner level seasons. We've done military dictatorship seasons, capitalist seasons, whatever, tourism seasons, bunch of how-tos, and I'm doing a farewell season. Just one more season, no theme. Just want to play Tropico 6 one last time with you guys. It won't be the last time in my life, but one last time with you guys on YouTube. So I felt like it was only right that I share this video with you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys have any questions, or maybe you know something that I don't know. Maybe you read a news piece that you don't know. I've been reading what they've been saying about the changes and the engine and how that's gonna work. But these, you know, I just wanted to show graphical pictures today of what's been out there. And again, they didn't confirm or deny them. And as we saw in one of the pictures, we go back here, the Tropico 6 flyer down here. Maybe it's put there to make us believe it's real, but I'm like 99% sure these are real pictures. With that being said, guys, if you enjoyed this channel, please hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. It will cost you nothing. My name is Jerutastic. I'm out. See you guys.